What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So I know it's been a hot minute since I've released the video, going on almost 2.5 months now. And if you guys have been following my Instagram, you know that's because I've recently started a new job. Before, I used to work for Discount Auto Supply, where I had a lot of free time, and then I started working from home after COVID hit, and then that well kind of dried up. And if you've been a long time follower of the channel, you know that Mark and I generally do our work either between Century Transmission or Garage Guys Automotive. Well, about 2.5 months ago, when I started my new job, Garage Guys Automotive opened up a new location out there in Sugar Land, Texas, and they wanted to hire me on as their service advisor. So I took them up on that offer and been there for about 2.5 months now, and finally getting around to do some free time on my own. And you know what? As the title states, today we are going to be doing a brake overhaul for the GR Corolla. You know what? Let me just get into the shop here. I'm about to pull up, get into the shop, and show you what I mean. Here we are at Garage Guys Automotive Sugarland, my new place of work. This is the garage. It's actually not too bad. Very similar layout to Century Transmission in terms of like how you walk through the shop. The offices are in there. Just give you guys a quick tour. This is my boss's room. Entrance into the front lobby. This is my office right here. As well, I don't know if you could see, but all you're getting is reflection. But I'll go in there in a little bit. But inside this window right here is my office, parts rooms, yada yada yada. Anyways, what you're really here for is my brake upgrades. So I got in contact with BCB, just to see what's going on. If you guys follow my Instagram, you guys know that the common issue with the GR, Yaris, and Corolla is that inside the caliper itself, that during track time, the little dust covers inside here that cover up the pistons, they can definitely get heated up enough to where they melt to the caliper or the factory shims. So what I went ahead and did was I contacted BCB, see what they had to offer. So what they offer here is this piston upgrade and high temp resistant dust boot shields, whatever these things are, for front and rear. And then their pistons, they aren't made out of aluminum. I believe they're made out of stainless steel. I'll go ahead and verify here in a little bit and put it up on the screen. But these are also raised slightly higher than the factory pistons, so that way the shim doesn't touch the little O-rings itself, so that way it doesn't melt. And if it does, these are technically higher temperature. But here we have it for the front and the rears. Obviously the fronts are 4 pistons each, the rear is only 2 pistons each. And then I figured, you know what, since I'm going to do all these brake upgrades, I might as well get some stainless steel braided lines. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a fun day. I don't know how long this is going to take. Some people are saying it's going to take all day. Some people are saying this shouldn't even take more than like 3 hours. So I'm going to go ahead, let the brakes cool down before I start taking them apart and getting them out. And then I'm going to go ahead and bleed my whole entire brake system. I also got some titanium shims just in case. I believe their V1s didn't fit any shims at all because of how much they were raised. This is their version 2. They can confirm that shims do fit on endless pads. I have the EBC RP1s, so I'll confirm here in a little bit if they fit or not. So yeah, let me just go ahead and start breaking these down once they cool off. So the caliper's off. Extremely simple, just two 17 millimeters over here, and then you're gonna have the 14 millimeter from the brake line. And this is what I was talking about right there, where my brake caliper dust boot is already starting to melt. I believe I have it on that side too. I don't know if there's anything on this side. Yeah, no. That one's starting to. I don't know if you can pick it up on camera. But anyways, we're going to go ahead, shoot some compressed air into here, pop these out, place the pistons, put in the new ones, and then we'll be good to go. Alright guys, so basically, just take your little air blower, stick it in through here, shoot them out. That way the pistons come out. Normally you're going to want something in between here to catch them, probably like some old brake pads or something. That's what we had. I probably should have recorded us doing it, but here it is. Alright guys, so here is the BCB one, here is the OEM one. As you can see, it is just slightly higher, just enough to where it's going to push the shim off of the dust boot. It even has these evacuation holes for the brake gases to escape in. So that's kind of cool. I guess the only downside is, if that's one of the things you're looking at, is that obviously this is aluminum, this is stainless steel, so this is a tad bit heavier. So I don't know, just something to note. But yeah, and then here's the melted dust boot. All right, let's continue. All right, so the next step is you're going to want to take a pick and then peel out that old seal right there, just like so. And once again, they come with all new seals, so high temp dust boots and then new inner seals. So here you go. And just like that. So repeat that 3 more times, and then again on the front caliper. All right, so basically next step, just lube up these O-rings, just like so, so they're not going in completely dry. And then all you got to do is just kind of like, you're not going to get a good view, but basically just kind of like finger it around. Yeah, that's right. Just finger it around until it goes into the gap, and that part is done. Next up, we'll go ahead and grease these boots, slide them on the new pistons, grease up the pistons, and voila, we are done. All right, so just take some of that supplied grease, rub it on the inside of the new dust boot. And you're going to want to do the same for the piston. And then you're going to slide that on like so. And just grease up the piston. And then you just slide it into there. Get past that brand new seal and voila, and then just massage that dust boot into place. Oh, yeah. Super simple. Like, I already did those 2. I've got one more, and then I'm gonna pull off the other piston or the other caliper here in a little bit, just to show you how, well, actually you can see just right there how much more out it is, so that way the shim doesn't touch these, to help even more prevention of melting these boots. Alright, so here we have the second caliper off, and then once again you can see how far these protrude compared to factory. So right there, you can already see that this one was starting to melt as well. There was pieces of it on top of the shim. But yeah guys, this is a real super simple job. Honestly, the only thing slowing this down is me constantly recording this. So basically, this is going to be the last of it for right now until we get all of them mounted, and then we'll go ahead and install the stainless steel braided lines. But yeah guys, super simple job, and then we're going to go ahead and see how they feel once everything is all said and done. So yeah, we'll be right back. So to do the brake lines is real simple. Go ahead and take a 10mm wrench, undo that. You're going to want to take a 14mm, undo this one, and then you want to get a set of pliers or a clip removal tool, pull this clip out, that way you can get the brake line out, and then just go ahead and replace it with the stainless steel one. Alright, both the fronts are on. I have my stainless steel braided line, which I still have to like go ahead and like route, but like, yeah, all good so far on the front. Got the bolts back in. These are at 79 foot-pounds, and I believe Roger has already got started on the rear over here. So as you can see, this is with the upgraded pistons. They stick out quite a bit compared to the factory one. Even though the rears don't see anywhere near as much heat as the front, like not even close. Like, look at that. Brake pads are like brand new. So I figured, you know what, I'm already doing this, might as well just do all 4. So, but I'm definitely going to keep these. We try to be as gentle as possible with the factory one, so that way I have some backups. So yeah, same procedures. Shoot some air into here. If it doesn't come out right away, we did have to use 2 flat heads, one on this side and then one on the other side, and then we both just kind of like pried it out. So just in case the compressed air you push in doesn't pop them out. Alright, so we have the rears on now, and we are hooking up our brake flush machine. So that is one of the services we offer here at Garage Guys Sugarland, is that we do a brake flush service, but I'm using the AMSO odometer, so we're going to give this one a try. Got it all set up, but alright, give me a second. I'm going to go through this and then we'll be right back. Alright, so we got the machine running. It's pulling the fluid through. Right now, it's just it's filling up the master cylinder. So once it gets down from wheel 1 to wheel 2, that's when we'll switch wheels. But I don't know if you could see it in the video, but it's pulling the air bubbles out as much as can, and now I think it's starting to pull the fluids through. So we'll do wheel 1, wheel 2, wheel 3, and then wheel 4. I love that brake flush machine. We had this job done in like less than 10 minutes. So yeah, I jumped in, pushed the pedals. I did have a small leak from this banjo bolt from the braided steel line and a little bit from this one. So just make sure you torque them down a little bit tighter than the 20 pounds that they recommend. I don't know why the box recommends 20 foot-pounds. We just kind of like, we just went till we felt right without having to break a full-out banjo bolt. But anyways, the brakes feel great just from pumping it right here in the bay. I'm going to go ahead, get clean up the shop a little bit, and then I'm going to go for a test drive. So yeah, see you in just a little bit. All right, so after a quick test drive, everything seems to be working good. Doesn't seem like there's any major issues popping up. If anything, it might be a little bit stiffer because of the steel braided lines now. But yeah, everything seems to be working a-okay. Now, obviously, this isn't going to make like a huge, like, oh my God, I'm going to tap on it, I'm going to all of a sudden stop. Like, these aren't meant to like make these pistons work better. They're more for heat management, obviously, so I don't end up with what is it, the melted dust boots, and possibly help control some brake fluid temperature, because I do know the last time I went to the track was Eagles Canyon, which was almost a year ago now, actually. My brake fluid boiled over. I don't know what was the cause of it. Maybe the Castrol wasn't up to my standards of braking. But either way, hopefully with the AMSOIL in, I don't know how that does. I've heard mixed reviews. I heard some people say they love the AMSOIL. I've heard some people say they hate it. It's kind of a mixed bag. I'll let you know if I like it or not. Yeah, so far everything's working great. No major issues. So yeah. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully I can get some more parts in and get some more install videos going your way. I know with the new job here at Garage Guys Automotive, it's sucking up a lot of my free time, and by the time I get home, I just spend like an hour with my kids, and next thing I know, it's 9 o'clock. All right, guys, as always, thank you for watching. Until next one, later.